Here's a country guitar lesson involving some hammer-ons that make you sound way more like a country player, so you don't have to just play and strum one chord and get bored. You can have some movement in your chords, even if it's just a little thing. So we're going to use hammer-ons in each of these chords. I'm going to zoom in and show you what I'm doing. Here we go. Alright, let's get into these hammer-ons. So instead of just playing a C chord, we're going to I did thumb, pluck, hammer, and then the pluck again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you can get that going, it sounds great. So in this case, the hammer-on occurs on the D string. When we move to the next chord, this D minor, now my bass note is a D because my chord's a D, so I'll get open D string. Then I'm going to pluck the top 3 strings like I did before. This time I'm going to hammer on the G string at the 2nd fret. Same pattern, same everything, it's just the hammer on just occurs here. Let's move on to G. Then I do the bass note, the low G. This time I'm going to pluck the D, the G and the B strings, and then I'm going to hammer on here with my first finger on the A string at the 2nd fret. So thumb, pluck, hammer, pluck. Then we move back to the C again. Went to an A minor. A is your bass note, obviously it's an A chord. Then we do the top 3 strings, G, the B and the E, and I'm going to hammer on with my 2nd finger this time, so open string, and then boom, I'm going to whack the 2nd fret. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, here we go. Next, I'm going to move to the D7. Now D is my bass note because it's a D chord. I'm going to grab the D7 shape, open string, pluck the D7, hammer on the 2nd fret on the G string, and then top 3 strings again. On the F, I could have done a hammer on, but I wanted to just give you another neat way of keeping things moving. So you don't have to strum. You can play the F note, so the 3rd fret of the D string while you hold the F chord, and then I'm going to pluck the G and the B string together. So pluck, and then the G and the B. So thumb, G and B. So now with the F chord, because I don't really have an open string that works with the chord, I mean I've got this A note, but I really want to just use F and C. So I'm going to move my 3rd finger from this 3rd fret on the D string to this C note on the 3rd fret of the A string, and I'm going to keep the pattern going without a hammer on this time, but just with some movement. So thumb, pluck, D string, and then the G and B. Move the bass note, back. So thumb, pluck, bass note change, and back. Then I'm going to do the same thing for the G. But everything's 2 frets higher. So F, move up to G, back to the A. So you can see it works with different chords. We can change the bass notes around if we need to, and you can even do what I just did there on that B7 chord, that 1st chord. I walked up to the 1st chord with some bass notes, so I did F sharp on the 2nd fret of the E string, then I did A sharp, and then B. So 2nd fret on the E, open A, 1st fret on the A, 2nd fret on the A, and then I hit the 1st note of my B7 chord. You can do that with the other chords too, walking up to the A or the D and just 2 or 3 notes before the chord, 1, 2, 3, and then boom, you hit your bass note of your chord. So I do that a lot. Let's say we did that with the A. works great. You just have to walk up a few notes of your scale before you get to each chord. I do hope this lesson was useful to you and you feel like you can incorporate this technique into your playing pretty quickly and apply it to songs that you know. Please like and subscribe to the channel, that would help me out a ton. I shall keep making these videos, I do enjoy them, and I'd love to see any comments or suggestions down below. I shall see you in the next one. Take care, bye for now.